air fryer pizza, how to make an absolutely yummy pizza in the air fryer. Simple one person pizzas that you can load with your favourite toppings. You know, you can follow our topping ideas. For example, we love cherry tomatoes on top of ours and some Philadelphia, and just go with whatever you've got in. My name is Samantha, and along with my husband Dominic, who is behind the camera, we will be showing you today 12 different ways to incorporate the bread maker and the air fryer to make delicious kitchen gadget recipes. We are big fans of the bread maker dough, and what we like about the dough is how you can transform it for the air fryer recipes, or just keep it as dough, or just make it to use some bread. Today it's all about having some fun while the kids are at school and spending the day in the kitchen teaching you different ways to cook with these kitchen gadgets. And if you want to follow along with this series, simply head over to our YouTube channel and you can scroll through the different videos that we've done today. So this dough that you actually see in front of us was actually the dough that we used in our YouTube video for air fryer garlic bread. So what we did is one lot of dough, which is from our bread maker pizza dough, is enough to actually make 2 pans. Now this is the size of the air fryer pan that we use. I'm not sure of its size, it doesn't actually say on the back. I'm pretty sure it's an 8-inch or a 7-inch. And it fits perfectly in our Philips Air Fryer XL. I can demonstrate with you now. Look, it's just a perfect fit. And you can also do it in the air fryer oven. The recipe we actually have on the blog is actually for the air fryer oven, but we want to show you that you can use it in either or. So you've already got your dough rolled out, and what's fantastic is you can just put this upside down and it will roll it. Let me just move it a bit further forward so you can see it much better. So if you look, you can easily fit it in here. And then what you do is you press it down. You can do it like that, or you can use a knife around the edges. So as you can see, it's created a lovely pattern. I think I need a knife just to get around this bit here. And then you can just separate it, and you have a wonderful pizza dough. It's kind of like, I'm trying to think what pizza it reminds me of. It reminds me of when you go to Pizza Hut and you have the deep pan pizza. It's just kind of a similar thickness. And then what you do is you just place it in your little pan. If it's not quite touching the edges and you're worried that your cheese is going to disappear into the bottom, you can just press it down a bit and it'll easily fit. So now you've done that, you can get rid of the rest of your dough and put it to one side for later. I should also mention that this dough, if you can see it there, would actually probably do 3/4 of another one. So it's amazing how far this dough stretches. Though I should mention that we proofed the dough overnight, so it has grown a little bit since then. Okay, so on with toppings. I'm starting with some tomato sauce. I prepped this yesterday, and all that's in there is pureed or blended tin tomatoes, some oregano and some garlic. That's all we normally use in ours, but you know, you might have your own favourite. I know some of my readers like to also put parmesan in it, and then give it a good spread round. Closer to the edges you can go, the better, because then you don't end up with that boring plain area with no topping. Right, so once you've done your tomato sauce, choose your toppings. I'm going with some mozzarella cheese, because come on, who doesn't love pizza with loads of cheese on? And then some more there as well. And then depends how much cheese you like. I'm like Kevin McAllister from Home Alone. I just want a plain cheese pizza. I am not one for meat on my pizza much. Unless I'm sharing with someone else that loves the meat, and then I will. But most of the time I just love a margherita. And the more cheese the better. Often I'll go to Pizza Hut and I'll say, oh, can I have extra cheese toppings? And that kind of brings me to one of my other favourite toppings, which is Philadelphia. Philadelphia cream cheese, or if you're British like myself, you'll probably just be talking about soft cheese. Any brand of soft cheese will do the trick. And what you can actually do, I'm going to add the tomatoes first, but what you can do is you can add what I call little blobs of Philadelphia to the top of your pizza. And Philadelphia, when it's cooked on top of pizza, is absolutely amazing. It kind of goes like imagining warm mayonnaise is kind of that kind of texture, but it's so cheesy and delicious. Check out our other YouTube videos, because we have one for air fryer oven pizza rolls, and we put Philadelphia in them, and it's kind of like a stuffed pizza recipe, and it's absolutely delicious. And you must try that if you love your cheese. Right, can I fit some more tomatoes on this? Because I'm an absolute tomatoes junkie. My granddad used to grow them, and I used to love eating them from the vine. Okay, so next is the Philadelphia. Right, so what I recommend here is that you do little blobs of Philadelphia. Have you caught that on camera, Dommy?
Yeah.
And we just add a few little blobs of it here and there, wherever you want them. It doesn't have to be anywhere specific. I usually add about 4, but it depends how fat I'm feeling and how much cheese I want to eat. They're too close together, so I'm just going to move that bit over a bit, and that's a bit better. But it is meant as an individual pizza, so it's not like you need to slice it up and spread it out a bit. So then once you've done this, what I like to do is I like to add a sprinkling of dried olive oil. Olive oil, what am I on about today? Sorry, it's been a long day. I mean oregano. And then you can add that on top. Depends how much of it you like. A chefing tip that I learned from Gordon Ramsay is always to sprinkle from a distance from the top, because then you get a much better sprinkle and you don't end up with a lump all in one place. So there's your oregano. And then, because I'm a complete cheese lover, shall we add a little bit of extra cheese on top? Because that just melts the cheese on top of a bit of the tomatoes, and that is lovely. So that's my dream pizza. I know a lot of us have different flavoured pizza toppings. I mean, I hate mushrooms and things like that, so I don't bother with those. So that is how I love my pizza. And you know, it's all about what pizzas you're into yourself. So that's how I do them. You know, you can use this same base as us. You can then choose your own toppings. Just a note about the cheese. Always make sure you've got something for it to stick to. As in, we've put cheese on top of the Philadelphia. We've got cheese on top of the tomato sauce. Cheese has a habit of doing a runner when it's in the air fryer because of the way the air circulates the food. So just bear that in mind. And also note that because of the way the cheese cooks, you don't want to end up with it burnt on top and not really showing anything anywhere else. So then, put it in your air fryer. I'm going to recommend the same cook times as I do for my garlic bread, just because you don't want it burnt on top. So let's go with 10 minutes at 160 Celsius, 320 Fahrenheit. And let's press go. And it's cooking. And the air fryer beeps. Shall we check on our cheese pizza, shall we? So there you have it, perfect cheese pizza. Let me show you it for the camera. And as you can see, that Philadelphia is perfectly melted. I love how melty the cheese goes on it. And you can use any cheese that melts well. Whatever your favourite brand of cheese is, go with that. So please comment below with which bread maker and air fryer you have at home in your kitchen. Here in the Milners, we have just a cheap bread maker that we got from Amazon Germany that we had shipped to us, and we also use the Philips Air Fryer XL, which we've had for a few years now. And if you are into air fryers and bread makers, do head over to recipethis.com, as we have a lot of recipes for you to choose from there, and all the recipes that we're mentioning in these videos you can find over there too. Thanks for watching. We have a huge collection of kitchen gadget recipes including air fryer, instant pot, slow cooker, soup maker and many others. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on social media. Best of all, join our newsletter at recipethis.com/newsletter. There we have plenty of principles, cooking time cheat sheets, free ebooks and mini courses to help you along your way in your kitchen gadgets journey.